Gotta give it to old Uncle Joe with this one, because the man, if above all else, is nothing but a problem solver. Hey, hear me out on this one. With the baby formula shortage right now, he is definitely killing two birds with one stone. Let me explain for you. Hey, guess what? You don't have to worry about inflation if you can't find this shit. And then also, that pesky thing about abortion, well, if Joe decides to kill off all the kids because he can't properly feed them, don't worry about Roe v. Wade being overturned. I know, kind of dark and a little bit morose, but go fuck yourself if you're offended by that. Anyways, the nationwide baby formula shortage is getting worse. How could it possibly get worse? We've seen the pictures of the store shelves being completely barren. Like what? Are you just going out and you fucking giving kids a bunch of diuretics to try to get back any of the previously used formula? I don't know how it's going to get worse, but CBS News is going to tell us. Baby formula is getting even harder to come by at retailers across the United States amid a nationwide shortage of one of the most important products for new parents. Yeah, no, even if you can manage to find this shit, you're paying even a premium over top of that because you've been probably seeing the same things. It was like in 2020, right? When everybody started hoarding different paper products that were out there. Now, if anybody had a surplus of baby formula, they're price gouging out the ass. So you got to drive around to these different places on inflated gas prices, record highs in a lot of places right now. So yeah, you're paying a premium on top of a premium if you can even find the stuff now. I can't believe we're at this point where the administration, the Biden administration, is literally starving kids. This is a first world country in 2022, and you can't even get the most basic shit figured out. Wow. Wow seems a little underwhelming for the situation that we're in, but outside of laughing, what else could you do? This is so fucking absurd, okay? The shortage is so dire that Republican Senator Tom Cotton is going to open up his own factory in Arkansas? Like, what the fuck are you going to do? On Monday cited the situation a national crisis. Yeah, I would think so. Like, I don't know anything about raising a kid or anything, but I'd imagine baby formula is probably pretty important, right? Like, is it a substitute for breast milk? I don't know. I don't really care either way, but I know it's a big issue, okay? The FDA needs to immediately step up, be transparent, explain how it will get production restarted, and give parents a timeline. And the Biden administration needs to take it seriously. You should probably take something seriously instead of just, we're going to nominate this new person that's not really terribly qualified for the position, but they got a box and they got the right shade of color, so they're good for the job. And if you question them, that's a racism or a misogyny. Retailers across the United States, 40% of the top selling baby formula products were out of stock as of the week ending April 24th. Don't really know if that's gotten much better, but the fact that this is still a lingering talking point would just lead one to believe that shit probably hasn't turned around that much. A new analysis by a Data Assembly, which tracked baby formula stock at more than 11,000 stores. National out-of-stock levels jumped 9 percentage points from 31 to 40 between April 3rd and 24th. That's up sharply from 11% in November. Yeah, no doubt, because if one place was out of it, like if Walmart was out of it, and then you could just go down to, I don't know, Publix if you're in Florida, or, I don't know, y'all got Safeway or some shit like that, or Sobeys, I don't know what the equivalent is. I don't do shopping in America, obviously. This is a shocking number that you don't see from from other categories. That's impressive, why it's just so specifically baby formula, right? That's, being so uniquely affected by this specific outage, or shortage rather. Maybe it's because everything else is just currently out too, but this is just the most egregious transgression. The supply of baby formula was already so constrained that retailers have begun limiting the number of products consumers are allowed to purchase in order to preserve their inventories. Yeah, no, this is really starting to seem like a repeat of 2020 all over again. Okay, you got the shortages, different product this time, same problem overall, and then heading into the summer, there's going to be another big wave of protests and riots. You just fucking wait for them. So yeah, everybody loves a good sequel, right? Drugstore chains, Walgreens and CVS, and department stores like Target and in April put limits on how many baby formula products consumers can purchase at one time. Spokesperson for Walgreens told CBS Money Watch that it's limiting customers to 3 infant and toddler formula products per transaction, citing increased demand and various supplier issues. Yeah, it's not like there's any more kids or anything like that, because we could just take a look at the birth rates and realize that, there's not exactly an influx of children being born or anything like that, but that's another issue for another time. You probably also got the opportunists that are out there, like whenever there's a popular fucking music group running through town and somebody wants to buy up a whole bunch of tickets in hopes that they can do a little bit of scamming on the side. That's probably also what's additionally happening right here, okay? I don't blame them. That's the market. It's just, you shouldn't be running out of such essential fucking product. It's like, it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Like, we've known that the supply chain has been fucked up for months at this point, but the guy who's in charge of that, and I use the term guy very, very loosely, like how one would describe his asshole, is still out on paternity leave. Has he finally got his kids or anything like that? Whatever, man. This entire fucking circus that's going on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue never fails to disappoint. Just to new parents. CBS also has imposed a limit of 3 baby formula products per purchase in stores and online. It can procure sufficient supplies from its vendors. Oh, until it can, yeah. Oh, but hey, it looks like Target's doing people solids. So at Target.com, you can only purchase 4 pieces of the given baby formula product at a time. So you can just bulk buy throughout different, variations or brands. Supply chain snarls related to COVID-19. Really? 2 years later, and then all of a sudden this is the first time this comes up. Can you really blame it on the pandemic that is kind of all done and dusted, and all of the excuses there within kind of ring as hollow as the halls of a pediatric ward in some places if this shortage continues to go on? Anyways, in addition, major baby formula recall in January exacerbated shortages. Yeah, I've also seen another article about this. Abbott, this is apparently who makes Similac. Okay, cool. They were shut down by the FDA, but they won't allow the biggest manufacturing plant domestically to reopen for reasons that kind of escape Abbott, because they say that they're all ready to go, but the FDA is like, no, we'll get around to it. In 6 states, more than 50% of formula were out of stock as of late April. So at least this is getting a little bit more accurate. Parents in Iowa, different state, South Dakota, North Dakota are grappling with severe shortages of 50 to 51%, according to Data Assembly. Out of stock levels were higher in Missouri, Texas, and Tennessee, all in on or around the mid 50 percentile. And at the same time, between 40 and 50% of baby formula products were out of stock in 26 other states. But that doesn't matter, right? It's just the red states. They're flyover states, and they're bad anyways. Oh, and before we move on to what Biden had to say here, it looks like, they cleared out that and clarified the statement I made a little bit earlier about Abbott here. Product shortages were further exacerbated in February, where Abbott Nutrition issued a widespread recall of its powdered baby formula products following reports of illnesses among infants who had consumed baby products. They've thoroughly disputed, and it apparently seems like they've debunked those claims. And anyways, like I said, they're all ready to go. The U.S. FDA administration last week issued a warning telling consumers not to use any recalled products manufactured at Abbott Nutrition's Sturgis, Michigan facility, and it found the plant to be unsanitary. But they're all ready to go, but the FDA is still dragging their feet on it. So I don't know, man. Maybe Biden was going to be addressing that, but he made a statement today, and he didn't allow any press to be there. Not that he didn't take any questions. He was just going to make a statement, and then, I don't know, hop on a plane and leave, because it's Thursday, and those fucking long weekends ain't going to fucking take care of themselves. This is fucking buck wild, dude. Biden will exclude members of the press corps from his meeting Thursday afternoon with manufacturers of baby formula, according to reports on social media. John Roberts of Fox. Biden will hold a White House event to cover the baby formula shortage. There will be no coverage of the event. Press corps will get a readout in the press call after said event. And as of time of recording, we don't have a readout of that. This is wild. Meeting was scheduled after a national outcry at the shortage. No doubt. Which has left mothers across the nation panicking as they're unable to feed their infants. well, families. Okay, well, if we take a look at modern birth rates, like 40% of kids are born out of wedlock anyway, so maybe it is just mothers who care, because they took them away from the nuclear family and they were raising another generation of fucking failures on the horizon. But whatever. Back to this. Associated Press reported, President Joe Biden plans to speak with baby formula manufacturers and retailers Thursday. We're going to bring them all together in a room and we're going to have a big conversation about it instead of, acting. That would be great. And retailers Thursday about the plight of families struggling. It's just a plight when kids are starving to find formula due to supply chain disruptions and a safety recall. That's what it is, right? It's not bureaucratic red tape getting in the way, because there hasn't been any confirmed reports that the kids are getting sick, okay? There's been more confirmed reports that fucking Fruit Loops are making people sick. Oh, boy. The White House Assistant Press Secretary Kevin Munoz. Oh, wow. A guy that works for this fucking administration? Jesus, you don't ever see that. Said on Twitter, oh, God, half a guy. That the administration will announce additional actions to address the formula shortage. Great. Cool. I'm glad that the FDA is taking this seriously, but they don't even come close to doing the necessary due diligence when it comes to, I don't know, something that goes in your arm that they're currently trying to regulate for the kids that are going hungry right now. Those are the normal pictures that you see. You'll probably notice them too at your local shopping market as well. I can't believe we've gotten to this point. For those 81 million people, apparently, that decided that a lingering supply chain problem, a rampant inflation, record high gas prices, the debacle in Afghanistan, the border crisis at the southern Mexico border, billions and billions and billions of dollars going off to the Ukraine. If you thought that all of that was worth it so that there would be no more mean tweets, this probably doesn't affect you because you have more cats and hair colors than you'll ever have children or loved ones in your life. So I hope you're happy. Oh, who am I kidding? You're too medicated to ever experience real happiness. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.